Howdy there folks, I'm Quinn of Snazzy Labs and I'm back from Bolivia. Now I just want to thank you so much for your amazing support over these last 2 years. It's incredible that not only have you stayed, but my audience has actually almost doubled in size. For those of you that are new, welcome to the Snazzy Labs community. I'm really happy to have you here. These last 2 years have been incredible. I learned a ton, not just about the world or about life, but really how to be a better person. And I'm ready to come back to work here in Snazzy Labs with more dedication and excitement than ever. I know that things have changed on the internet, and you need to put yourself in my shoes for a minute. I have not read anything about technology news in 2 years. Zero. I have some new equipment which I'll show you. It's really quite marvelous and appalling. It's insane to see how many new products exist, how many things have changed, and just how much we're going to see the Snazzy Labs community develop in these next couple of weeks. I'd like to start off by really apologizing. The equipment that I have here, the camera and the microphone, are subpar. I know they are, and I'd ask that you bear with me for a little bit. You guys are going to have quite a bit of say on Friday evening when we have our live stream. Not only are we going to talk about how my last 2 years were and what's happened in technology, but we're actually even going to talk about the future of Snazzy Labs. You guys are part of the Snazzy Labs community. The stuff that you like drives the content that I make to thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands, and in fact a little over 1 million people. And that is something that is really special. And so you guys have a say of what kind of content I put up. I've done things in a specific style for 5 years, but I made the comparison the other day with iOS 5 and iOS 7. When I left 2 years ago, iOS 5 was the latest operating system. We now, after having used iOS 7, look back at iOS 5 and say, oh, that was awful, that was gaudy, that nasty fake leather on the Contacts app and all that stuff. And I feel, well, maybe my content was the iOS 5 of 2 years ago. So we're going to talk about the future of Snazzy Labs, and I'm going to give you a little bit more about that in a minute. But I'd like to show you the new technology I've bought to start off Snazzy Labs once again. It's worth mentioning that this is the new official, it's a Reels office that we're going to use here for the Snazzy Labs community, and that we're going to use to develop and make content, and I'm really excited to kind of jump into this with my both feet. And I hope you guys can stick around to have the experiences with me. So I picked up a MacBook Air. This is the 11-inch MacBook Air. This is the 2013 model. I've chosen to get the 500 gigabyte solid state drive, and I bumped it up to 8 gigabytes of RAM. I also picked up one of the new iPad mini Retinas. These things are absolutely crazy and I love it. I will mention that iOS 7 is substantially different than the iOS 5 that I was used to. I'm still trying to figure out this learning curve, but it's like riding a bike. I know I'll pick it up and be back to where I was right before. And the last thing I bought that I acquired today was the new Htc One M8. Now I picked this up because I'm not really into getting the iPhone 5S. It's a beautiful phone, but I'm waiting, as all of you are, for the iPhone 6. And I know that if I pick up the iPhone 5S, then it's going to be hard to upgrade and all that quirky stuff. So I picked up the Htc One M8 in the meantime. From what I asked on Twitter and Facebook, this is just the #1 pick that you guys have given me. And so far I'm loving it. It's an incredible phone. And it is amazing how much technology has really developed in these last 2 years. Don't worry about that. I'm going to be giving you some coverage on all of this stuff. But I really want you guys to be able to come on Friday. Wednesday, I'm going to be getting 2 new pieces of equipment, a new monitor. It's a 27-inch. It's not 4K, but it's close. It's one of those Super HD displays from LG that is really widely and positively reviewed. And I've also picked up a new Mac Pro, the Darth Vader style. I'm really excited to get back into this content making, and I hope you guys can join me on Friday for the live stream. That's going to be held here on YouTube. And we're going to be able to talk about the things that have happened in the last 2 years and talk about from now and what goes forward for the Snazzy Labs future. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting. You guys are the best fans that any man could ever ask for. Thank you so much for your return for my return. And as always, stay snazzy. See you later, folks.